the youngsters out there and everyone out there who's going through these problems to think to themselves, wait a minute, we got through it, you can get through it.
And we had it much worse. We had it much worse.
You can get through bullying. You can be accepted by other people. And the main thing was, Waheguru. Mum, Dad sat there and told us the stories of Guru Gobind Singh and the challenges he went through. And we used to sit there, listen to those stories, and didn't our life all of a sudden obscene as it was, not as challenging as what they went through. That gave us the power.
ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਾਲ ਕਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੇੜਨੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੋ
You'll believe in it all the
ਸਾਰੀ
time.
ਦੁਨੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੋ you are a Sikh.
That's what kept us going, our parents.
And so it seems that these words needs to give up ਸਾਡੀ ਛਾਤੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਬਾਹਰ ਆਂਦੀ ਸੀ like yeah.
I was going to ask you, how did you and your family overcome the obstacles? So that's one of the reasons, I suppose, is it?
Yeah.
Well, my parents, Mr. Rajbant Singh and my wife, Mrs. Prabjeet Kaur, they gave us the strength to move forward. They said, we need to go Gurdwara every week. And we need to Shabad sunde si, Kirtan sunde si.
Dad used to explain us the words, what the Gyani was saying, whispering in our ears what the words were.
Yeah, langar kha ke aande hunde si. We had that environment.
Where was this Gurdwara at that time, in the 70s?
Barking Gurdwara.
Barking Essex,
So that goes as far as 1970s, that Gurdwara,
yeah.
We literally grew up in that Gurdwara.
Yeah.
We
Then it was
grew up
obviously
there.
small, but
Hunte
that was...
Rabdi Shukarna, there are more Gurdwara, which is wonderful to see.
And when we used to go to the Gurdwara, we used to feel, wow, there's Sikhs around.
This is
Remember
us.
that, Bob?
This is us.
We used to think, this is Sikhs around, there's more people.
Yeah.
Wow. But the thing was that our main issue and problem was the location where we were, Canning Town, which was a notorious area for certain...
Well, I wouldn't say notorious, I'd say more deprived. It was more difficult for the people there to accept other religions, other...
ethnics coming into the country.
Yeah,
they
other
just
ethnic.
wanted it to be...
Other ethnicities, they were hard to accept that. And we were smack bang in the middle there. And we got on with it, you know. It wasn't easy. But we found a way to just believe in our gurus. We knew what our gurus had gone through. We knew what our religion was about because we were taught it.
This is important, knowing just what our gurus went through. Had they given up, we would not have been here today.
Absolutely, sir.
Simple as that. And had you given up, don't know what you would have been here by now or whether you would not been here.
God knows.
It's easy to say these things, but it must have taken a hell out of you. It must have taken a lot of will out of you. The determination for you, believe in apne Guru de vich. I think that was the strongest point. Would you agree with me?
Yeah.
We used to get magazines of the Guru's stories that we used to read, and we were so proud of these people that against adversity they carried on and carried on. And look, we are still sitting here.
So what was our excuse to give up?
Yeah, we had no reason to. I mean, at a young age, we grew up very quickly.
Because you had to, didn't you?
Yes.
The thing is, when I was 8 years old, leaflets used to come through our drawer, our post. Mum used to pick them up most of the time. But sometimes we used to find a leaflet on the floor saying, you do not belong in this country.
Oh my
Leave,
God.
go. You will go one day. And Mum used to grab the... She said, wait a minute, I'm 8 years old. Why? I was born in this country.
Where do I go? What country?
Where do I go?
We weren't familiar with India then. I mean, I love India. It's a wonderful country. But we didn't know India. UK was our home.
Yeah.
I was born here. So this is home for me. Okay, I'm different, but I didn't ask to be born here.
Exactly. But you know, again, not because I'm to be more or less say, अपने लोगों ने बड़ा हार्ड वर्क किया यार, बड़ी सिंसियर, कोई इस तरह का नहीं कि got into wrong groups वगैरह किसी तरह भी, in spite of what you went through, the first thing in somebody's mind would come in कि मैं मेरा group बनाऊंगा, but you didn't have anybody to make a group.
No. I mean, you say when we came to the country, we worked hard. My dad, Rajbant Singh, I remember what he said. For the first job he went to, he had to knock on 20 different factories before he actually got a job. And most of them they didn't even sit down and give him an interview. He got refused at the door. that saw the bug, and he was refused at the door, turned around and go, until finally he said a very nice Irish man who run a pram company, and my dad walked through all his employee and staff were Sardars.
Really?
Yeah, and my dad goes, it was like, wow. And he worked, it was the first job my dad had in this country in Stratford, making prams for this guy.
Your dad came from India?
Yeah, my dad came as an arranged marriage from
Amritsar,
1969 to marry my mother. And he had to get a job. He goes, he's up today, he goes, I've tried 20 different factories, all these factories. Not even talk to him, it was, sorry mate, no job. But at least let me try. But eventually he said he got a job.
Yeah, our father has worked hard all his life, ever since he came here. I mean, it's been 16, 17 hours a day jobs, because that's the kind of person he is, you know. We're Sikhs, we work, you know.
You had the other extract from the book,
Yes.
which we'll talk after the break. We haven't
Yes.
much time. You want to read that out as well?
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I will never ever forget the first time our front window got smashed. One late evening, me and my brother sitting in the front room watching the weekly American cop series, Starsky and Hutch. Dad was relaxing on the sofa. Mum was changing my baby sister's nappy on the floor, whilst expertly keeping her eyes glued on the telly at the same time. Smash. Noise of glass shattering was deafening. My baby sister instantly began to cry out loud. Dad jumped from the sofa. Me and Bob didn't know what to do. As the culprits who had just committed a crime ran down the road, we heard them shout loud as they disappeared. Get out of our country, we don't want you here. But this was our country. We were born here. My dad was a hard-working individual. So what was our crime? Our father ordered me and my brother to take our baby sister and wait in the dining room, right at the back of the house. That night, my father went into the garden and took out a large plastic sheet from the garden shed. After brushing up the glass on the floor, he and my mother covered up the window with a plastic sheet for the night. In the dining room, me and Bob didn't utter a word amongst us. I sat on the chair, watching Bob rocking my baby sister softly in a pushchair, although she was already fast asleep. Eventually, my father walked into the dining room and saw our wide eyes, waiting and hoping for a lifeline. He got on one knee and smiled softly. We'll remember his words forever. My children, if Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji had given up, got scared and ran away from the Mughal Empire, the world would have been a different place today. But he didn't. Instead, he assembled a powerful and indestructible army. And to start with, they made arrows out of sticks and branches. But eventually the Sikhs created an unstoppable, undefeatable force. We are Sikhs, we will not run. They will try to scare us, frighten us. We will pray, and they will pray harder. And one day, this will be all over. Trust me. We'll have to go through some pain, but I promise you this. One day, this country, our home, Great Britain, will realise our hard work and determination and accept us Sikhs as hard-working, loving and caring people. As the months went by, my father replaced the windows, they smashed them again. My father replaced the windows, they smashed again. This went on for ages, and in a weird sort of way, we actually got accustomed to the process. Oh, another window smashed. Eventually, my father stuck up a large wooden board on the front window. This blocked out the daily sunlight that shone through our house for many months. I hated this board. I wanted to see the morning sunshine beam through the house, but this privilege had been taken away from us. Now, there was only darkness.
You know, you can sit and see the funny side to it. I can't imagine you sitting evening watching TV, maybe sitting on the dinner table, and suddenly the big comes through the window.
It's very
The
frightening.
first few times was frightening, wasn't it, Bob?
Yes,
First
very
few times it was.
We thought we were under attack. Like bats and everything is going to be, someone's going to jump through the window and beat us up or kill us.
It wasn't a good place.
8 and 9, having gone through somebody putting a brick through your window, and you go to bed, you sleep.
Yeah, I remember that horrible plastic
sheet.
green,
There's a few of them, remember?
the
That big
green
dark
plastic
thing.
sheet that my
So
father used to put up, and the water used to come in with the rain.
and you can hear it smashing in the rain. Eventually the darkness in the bedroom was just gone.
It was quite horrifying.
As it is, it's quite miserable during the winter months.
Yeah.
Not seeing much daylight. And having boarded the windows, oh my God, I can't imagine depressing.
Yeah, it was depressing, but we had our parents to tell us good stories of the gurus and keep us entertained, not to try to prevent what we were scared of.
At times we doubted their words. Of course we did. With what was going around us, but we knew we had to have a lifeline, and that lifeline was Seekers.
We had sleepless nights. We cried at night.
That's what I mean.
We cried, of course we cried. We're only human.
Yeah, but even at that age, obviously, you know,
Well, as I
I'm bringing
said-
the age every time because 8 and 9 is pretty young to understand all this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We came to a stage where we had to very quickly understand. So
We had to change.
Yeah,
we had to change.
We had to
We couldn't be the two soft boys in school. We had to change, and as time, because we knew there was a battle coming.
Yeah.
It was coming to us, and it did come, which is obviously written in my book. But yeah, the battle came to us.
Yeah.
But the main thing is, pal, like I'm saying, we got through that, and the Sikhs, and we managed to be where we are today, which is no excuse for our children. Our children need to hear these stories and find
Yeah,
out.
sorry, I need to
That's
cut
it.
you off, and we're running out of time. We'll continue. I've got a lot of questions to ask you after the break.
Thank you.
Please keep watching. We should be back shortly. Thank you very much.
DTF, suppliers of books in Punjabi and English. We also supply religious books, Sikh history books, dictionaries in many languages. We also supply Indian musical instruments like dhols, tolaks, tabla, sitars, harmonium and many more. Designer Sikh gifts for all occasions and ages. Why not visit us on 117 Soho Road, Birmingham, or call us on 0121 515 1183.
भारत इंडिया विच अपने अजीज नो इस विसाखी दी बधाई दे नाल पैसे भेजो वेस्टर्न यूनियन दे नाल तुसी भारत नु पैसे भेज सकदे हो बल्ले बल्ले इसलिए अपने नजदीकी एजेंट नु या westernunion.co.uk ते अते इस विसाखी ते ਲਈ भारत नु पैसे भेजो वेस्टर्न यूनियन मूविंग मनी फॉर बेटर
So, how was your day?
Fine,
Just fine?
just fine.
How was the singing lesson?
I'm a girl without conviction. I'm a girl who doesn't know how to tell a contradiction. You come and go, you come and go. Come a chameleon.
Sometimes life changes and you need to borrow some money. And with Sunny, you could borrow from £100 up to £2,500 with no fees to pay, just interest on the amount you borrow. When the money's transferred to your account, there's no fee. If you want to pay back early, there's no fee. And if you need to pay back a few days late, there's no fee. Discover sunny.co.uk today, the flexible way to borrow from £100 up to £2,500.
Wherever and whenever you take a Lindor moment, it just seems to make life feel so much more sublime. Smooth, melting Lindor from the Lindt Master Chocolatier. And experience Lindor bliss in a milk chocolate bar. You choose the moment, we'll provide the bliss.
Don't miss our lowest ever price on BT Broadband Extra and calls for an entire year. That's a full 12 months. Right now, in the biggest ever BT sale, you'll find we've cut more prices than ever before. So you can get BT Broadband Extra and unlimited UK evening and weekend calls at our lowest ever price of £5 a month. What's more, you'll enjoy a great online experience with our most reliable wireless signal. Switch today to get BT Broadband Extra and calls in the biggest ever BT sale. Call 0800 200 700 or visit bt.com/sale.
We wouldn't ignore blood from any other part of our body. So why do we ignore it from our gums? If you spit blood when you brush your teeth, it could be an early sign of gum disease, a leading cause of tooth loss. Both Courstill Mint mouthwash and Courstill toothpaste are clinically proven to help stop bleeding gums, because after all, a missing tooth is harder to ignore. Courstill, for people who spit blood when they brush their teeth.
People say, well, my sensitivity's come back. And you say, well, are you still using the sensitive toothpaste? And say, no, because my sensitivity went. You think, well, keep using your toothpaste. Brush twice a day with Sensodyne, desensitising toothpaste, and you will see a reduction in your sensitivity. It's not a one-off treatment. It makes sense to me to keep it topped up and keep the sensitivity away.